Hey guys, it's been a while, like 6 months, a while. I know most of you probably thought this series was dead, but I never intended for that to happen. I just ended up taking kind of an unintentional hiatus. You know what they say, you never really quit RuneScape, you just take really long breaks. A lot has changed over the last 6 months, both in-game and in real life. I finally knocked out one of the biggest quests on the account. I'm closer than ever to the quest cape, and I think I've finally figured out why I kind of stopped making videos in the first place. So before we jump back into that progress, I want to talk about kind of where I've been. My daughter, she's almost a year old now, and as she's gotten older, I found myself with less and less free time. I work until the afternoon, and then when I get home, I'm either playing with her or spending time with my wife. My hobby time is basically from around 7 when she goes to bed until whenever I go to sleep, but I have to be up early, so I usually go to bed around 10, so I maybe get 3 hours in a day to do everything I want to do. And I don't know about you guys, but I have way too many hobbies. And with only a few hours each night, I'm kind of forced to just pick one. And honestly, sometimes I don't really do anything at all and just hang out with the wife because I feel guilty spending so much time on my own stuff. So that doesn't really leave a lot of time for the account. And after my Japan trip back in February, I probably went like 3 months without even logging in. I think I kind of just needed a break, but honestly, those are all kind of excuses. Lately, I've realized I spend a lot of time just sitting around, and I'm trying to fix that. Sometimes I'm like genuinely exhausted from how busy life is, but a lot of the time I'm just being lazy. And that applies to making these videos just as much as it does to other areas of my life. I haven't really been working out as much as I should, and I definitely haven't been studying Japanese like I need to, and my progress in both is pretty much stalled because of it. Instead, I'd rather scroll Instagram Reels or watch YouTube than actually put effort into something, and I'm trying to change that. Recently, I was watching a Chris Bumstead video, and if you don't know him, you should look him up. He's an animal. But he said, "You're not what you think you are what you repeatedly do." And that really stuck with me because if I'm being honest, the things I repeatedly do aren't really the things I want to be known for. So I'm trying to be more intentional with my time and put effort into things I actually care about. My family, studies, and yes, RuneScape. I know some people would argue that RuneScape is also a waste of time, but I really genuinely enjoy the sense of progression the game gives, and I enjoy making videos that you guys hopefully enjoy watching. That being said, yeah. That's my daughter in the background. That being said, I want to know what you guys think. Do you like these little life rambling sections? I kind of enjoy doing them because they give me a chance to talk about whatever's been on my mind. But let me know down in the comments. Now, enough rambling. It's not like I haven't touched the game at all because I definitely have. I've made a little progress since the last video and still have all the same long-term goals in mind every time I log in. I'm getting closer and closer to that quest cape and 90 combat stats. Strength is up to 90, attack's next. I've been training most of it through Slayer, but every now and then I'll spend some time AFKing at the gem crab. Every time I do though, it kind of feels like I'm throwing away Slayer XP. So I really try to stick to that Slayer task. Outside of combat, I got crafting up to 75 so I can make magic birdhouses, and fire making is also 75 for Desert Treasure 2. I picked up a few other levels here and there, but melee has definitely been the main focus for me. I'm also going to need one more cooking level for Blood Moon Rises, but I've already got all that sitting in the bank. The cash stack is also starting to look a little sad, so I'm going to have to fix that pretty soon. I think once I hit 90 range of magic, I'm going to spend some time in the Gauntlet. Seems like a great moneymaker for even if you're a main, or I guess specifically for a main. Plus, there's always a chance at Bofo, so it feels like a pretty good investment. I've already been practicing, and I can clear the gauntlet, or the regular gauntlet, pretty consistently. So hopefully once my stats are a little higher, I can start farming Corrupted. And speaking of gauntlet, let's talk about quests. As you probably already put together, I finished Song of the Elves. This one took me a while, but thankfully I only died to Saren once, I think, maybe twice. And that was mostly because I showed up the first time with like no supplies left. I've been hearing people talk about Pryfindis for years, so it feels really good to finally have it unlocked. I like all the activities and stuff that are available to me now that I have it It's a really nice hub city, so I'm probably going to be spending a lot of time there, especially once I start going to the Gauntlet more frequently. I also finished making friends with my arm, Curse of Arab, the Red Reef, and Wild Gothic Sleeps. I do have to say, I really disliked making friends with my arm. I know this is kind of a hot take, but the amount of like RNG failure in that quest really drove me nuts. I actually kind of rage quit and didn't touch that quest for like 3 weeks. The section where the trolls keep throwing rocks at you kind of broke me. I shut off the game after like my 3rd failure, which I know isn't a lot, but it really drove me crazy that it was just random if I could get through or not. But anyway, after all of that, I'm finally down to just Desert Treasure 2 and Blood Moon Rises before I get my quest cape. I know neither of those is going to be easy, but I'm really excited for both of them because they're huge quests. I've heard a bunch of raving reviews about Blood Moon Rises, so I'm excited to see that. I have kind of spoiled the cutscene for me, and one of the cutscenes for me, and it looks nuts, so I'm stoked to get to that. But anyway, once I get those knocked out, it'll feel great to knock the quest cape off the list. And, I'm also excited to try the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, since I've heard a ton about them. And if I can learn those consistently, the drop should be really good for the account. I've also been thinking about doing some Vorkath and Tombs, now that my stats are getting higher. I still need my Vorkath head, and I really want to learn TOA consistently, so I can eventually start grinding for some of the drops, because they're pretty essential to accounts. I also have a bunch of mini quests sitting there kind of waiting for me, so I'll have to knock those out eventually. Not having my mage cape by now is kind of embarrassing, but I just haven't wanted to go into the wilderness yet. As for base 80s, I'm not really calling that an active goal yet because I don't plan on really focusing on it anytime soon. It's definitely on the list, but I still haven't decided whether I want to do that before maxing my combats. We'll see how I feel when I get there. Maybe I'll kind of do a little above. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Hopefully the next video won't take another 6 months. Last time I kind of trapped myself into think I need to upload like once a week, and honestly I don't really have enough free time to keep that up. So this time I'm not going to lock myself into a schedule, but I do want to get another video out soon. I'm not trying to take as long in between videos as I did for this one either, so I hope you're around for that one too. Anyway, see you next time, and thanks for watching.